One of my favorite artists is Jeanne-Claude. What I learned from her is that she was the master brain behind some crazy projects. Here you see a project, The Gates in New York, which took about 14 years to get approved by the New York City Council, and that was all her work.
One particular public figure that inspires me is Elena Ferrante. She's the author of the Neapolitan novels.
The female writer that inspires me is a lady called Annie M. G. Schmid. She's a Dutch writer and she has written child books, and they've been very good for many generations, and I'm even reading them to my kids right now. It's timeless and it's brilliant.
The woman I chose to talk about today is Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. She's a Nigerian author and feminist, and her quote is, "Generalizations are always reductive because they shrink you from a whole to a mere part."
I've chosen to tell you about Lorde. She's a New Zealand artist, she's a pop singer, she's a songwriter, and I think what makes her unique and great is that at the age of 21 she's already released 2 internationally acclaimed albums.
At the end of the day, we can endure much more than we think we can. This quote is by Frida Kahlo.
I chose Maya Angelou, the renowned poet and author of Why a Caged Bird Sings. Maya was known for being a renowned activist for women's rights and for Black people, working by the side of Martin Luther King and Malcolm X.
I would choose Simone Weil, which had such an incredible life. She was a survivor of the Holocaust, but then also a French minister who pushed forward the law legalizing abortion in France.
My favorite author, Astrid Lindgren, once said that, "I've never tried that before, so I should definitely be able to do that."
There is a stubbornness about me that never can bear to be frightened at the will of others. My courage always rises at every attempt to intimidate me. Jane Austen, Pride and Prejudice.
A woman that inspires me is Patti Smith and her book Just Kids. For me personally, it brought me a greater understanding that people are different and that people can make different life choices.
So the reason I chose the poem Night Dances by Sylvia Plath, it's really all about our children's potential from the minute they're born and their life and experience through life, everything that happens to them, and how we can try to foster and keep that potential as strong as when we're born through the whole of our lives.
I think it's important when we look at people, and women specifically, we need to remember who we are in total and not just hone in on one specific thing that we either like or dislike.
She's an inspiration for me every day.
She still managed to inspire women across generations and races.
Wonderful person.
Inspirational for men and women.
She'll forever be remembered for her dedication to the cause.